First Watch with Sheriff Mark Daniels on KWCD Bisbee Sierra Vista, hosted by Public Information Officers Carol Kappas and Grady Butler. First Watch is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
And welcome to your Friday. I'm Grady Butler, and with me is Carol Kappas. Good morning.
Good morning, Cochise County.
Now we've got we're going to start our show off a little different today. Sheriff Mark Daniels is away, but we've got the sponsors of the show, and that is going to be Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. And we want to thank you guys for coming in and talking to us today about SSVEC. First, we've got
Marcus Harson.
Marcus.
And Eric Peterman.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys being here. So let's talk a little bit about what you guys got coming up, which is your annual meeting. And I think we're going to have to move that mic so that it points at you, because I could barely hear you there, Marcus. Let's try that.
How about now?
Get a little closer.
A little closer.
There you go. Now I can hear you. All right, Marcus. So we've got the annual meeting coming up for SSVEC. You've got a lot of exciting new things that are going to be happening this year. But first of all, tell us, what is your national or your monthly meeting? Annual.
Our annual meeting is June 27th at Wilcox High School. We started off at 5:30 with our new safety trailer demonstration. 6 o'clock is registration, and 7 o'clock is the actual meeting. One great thing about it is any member that shows up will automatically, after they register, their next bill will get a $25 bill credit from SSVC. And we also have raffles that go on, and 1 July, not just because you showed up for the meeting, but every member that we have will go into a drawing for 50 $100 bill credits.
Wow, that's really cool. So the prizes this year are actually just cash right onto your bill.
That and a few other things that you can carry away at the end of the day, yes.
Excellent. So tell us again when this meeting is.
27th of June. Wilcox High School in Wilcox, Arizona. First demonstration with the safety trailer is at 5:30. 6 o'clock is registration, and 7 o'clock is the meeting.
Tell us a little bit about the safety trailer. What is that?
Actually, that's pretty exciting. That's brand new. We just picked that up about 2 months ago. We are rehearsing. It's one of the things that we've looked at over the years, because safety is one of the things that Sulphur Springs is really proud of. It's the demonstration trailer that actually shows the audience what the dangers are around electrical utility equipment, the transformers, what the lines can do, and then also a little bit more about the safety equipment that our guys use.
So is this a hands-on demonstration?
It is actually hands-on for the demonstrators.
Okay.
They will demonstrate, but it's one of those things that the crowd is out there. Really great to go out to schools, county fair, where you can actually learn a lot more about electrical safety.
That's pretty cool. So that happens at the annual meeting. And also at the annual meeting, you guys announce certain things. And I know you can't talk about them today, but we're going to be excited about some things you're announcing as well.
Yes. There's benefits for everything. So we've had a really good year. This is our annual meeting, so we'll talk about some of the things that have happened over the past year. And most important, some things that are going to be happening in the future, near future.
Excellent. So we're looking forward to this meeting. So everybody can come to this meeting, and it's going to be in Wilcox this year. And you guys are going to be moving it around as the years progress, I hear?
Yes. Every year it rotates to a different location.
Okay.
Last year was Benson. Next year will be right here in Sierra Vista.
Okay. So invite everybody out to your annual meeting one more time.
I want to invite all the members to come out to our annual meeting, June 27th. 5:30 demonstration with our safety trailer, 6:30 registration, 7 o'clock the meeting begins, prizes and gifts at the end of the meeting, and for those members that show up and register, you receive a $25 bill credit.
That is so cool. And SSVEC, we really appreciate you guys, everything you do in our community, including sponsoring this show. Every time you're here, we want to make sure you guys get some accolades for that, because you guys back a lot in this community, including the information that goes out on this show, which we really love.
That's what we do.
It's true.
Commitment to our community, and that's wherever we serve. You got to remember that most of our employees are not only employees, but they're members of the co-op too.
Excellent.
So,
all right. Well, we thank you guys for coming in and talking to us today. And coming up next, we've got another special guest in the studio.
We do. We have Commander Robert Watkins from the Cochise County Sheriff's Office.
It's First Watch on KWCD Country, and it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
Wow. wildfires.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
Giving you an inside look to your sheriff's office. Let's go back to First Watch on KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, giving you an inside look into your sheriff's office. I'm Grady Butler, and with me is Carol Kappas and our next guest.
Welcome back, Cochise County, and thank you so much for being here today, Commander Robert Watkins.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So we had a thing on our Facebook page where we indicated that it's a crime to tamper with, remove, damage, steal election signs. So can you talk a little bit about that and give the listening public a better idea of what that is all about?
Absolutely. So as a preventative measure, the Sheriff's Office would just like to remind everyone that it is, in fact, a Class 2 misdemeanor to tamper with election signs. Every election, we seem to have more and more instances of people vandalizing signs and taking them down and painting over them and things like that. So we're just wanting to get ahead of that during this election and just remind people that the Cochise County Sheriff's Office will investigate and we will put charges forward for any tampering or messing with any election signs, regardless of which party is involved.
So it's not a political issue on our side. It's just a matter of the law.
It is a matter of the rule of law, absolutely.
Okay. And so with everybody out and about, we had a lot of interest in an event that was pretty serious in Naco on Wednesday evening. So we wanted to make sure if you don't have social media and you didn't see that or you haven't listened to the news, just to touch base on that and say it was an unfortunate incident. However, it was amazing to see all of the agencies, local, state, and federal, come together, work collectively, cohesively, and I think that we're going to be able to come through this with a lot of good lessons.
Absolutely. The sheriff and I talked about this, and Cochise County is a truly unique place with unique law enforcement officers and their ability to collaborate and respond to crises very quickly. So for those that are unaware, and this is not my statement, this is a unified summarization of the event, but I'll just read this real quick. On June 19th, 2024, an attempt to locate was broadcast by the Tucson Police Department for a gray 2003 Infiniti G35. The vehicle was being driven by an adult male that we will identify when the Tucson Police Department has concluded their investigation, but they have an open investigation where he is suspected of kidnapping and homicide. At or about 1932 hours, a deputy from the Cochise County Sheriff's Office located the vehicle in Bisbee. The vehicle fled from the deputy and headed south on Naco Highway onto South Barnett Road. The driver started shooting at the deputy as he fled. The deputy broadcast the information over the radio and other agencies responded to assist. The vehicle turned onto West Della and the suspect shot a few more times at the deputy. The vehicle fled onto South Naco Highway and then traveled around South Hull, H-U-L-L, Ranch Road. By the time the Bisbee Police Department, Sierra Vista Police Department, and Border Patrol had units in the area to assist, the vehicle headed down Hull Ranch Road. The responding units set up at this dead-end road, and the vehicle went through a fence and headed toward law enforcement. Law enforcement ended up shooting the vehicle several times. The vehicle made it back onto Naco Highway and then headed east of the highway. The vehicle came to rest in the field. Law enforcement was able to take the suspect into custody and immediately began rendering medical treatment. The suspect was flown to Tucson, where he is currently receiving medical treatment. So it was an insane scene, and we are extremely grateful no law enforcement or civilians were injured. The only person who was injured was this suspect who caused the incident. We are extremely grateful for all partnering agencies, Border Patrol, Bisbee Police Department, and the Sierra Vista Police Department to come out and respond and assist. The three agencies that had officers that were involved in shooting the suspect were the Sierra Vista Police Department, the Cochise County Sheriff's Office, and the Bisbee Police Department. The incident is currently being investigated by the Major Incident Division of the Arizona Department of Public Safety, and we will have more information released as their investigation unfolds. It was kind of unique that we were in this studio maybe 2 weeks ago where the sheriff and I were talking about the importance of transparency during officer-involved shootings, and we had actually discussed joining the Tucson Police Department as sort of like a strike force during their investigations of officer-involved shootings, just to ensure that we're being transparent and an agency that is involved in a shooting is not investigating their own incidents. Because this incident involved the because this incident involved the Sierra Vista Police Department, the Bisbee Police Department, and CCSO, we decided not to enact our CERT team, which is the Critical Incident Response Team, and we decided to ask DPS to come in and investigate the incident so we could be fully transparent.
And that's one of the things that's really important in times like this. Some of the issues come up, why aren't you identifying the suspect? And again, you touched on that. There's another agency that has an active and ongoing investigation, and we want to make sure that if we release information that would negatively impact their investigation, that wouldn't be good, because we have to work cooperatively together.
Absolutely. And in this incident, CCSO is not the lead. And so we have an active kidnapping and homicide investigation in Tucson, the Tucson Police Department, which is a fantastic agency. They do beautiful work. They're still conducting their investigation. It's important that we don't interfere with that. In addition to that, this incident is being investigated by the Arizona Department of Public Safety, and it's important that we not interfere with that investigation in any way. So moving forward, we will release the names of all parties involved when the Arizona Department of Public Safety and the Tucson Police Department advise that it's not going to interfere with their investigation.
And one of the other parts, according to policies from all agencies, is that people who are directly involved with a shooting have been placed on paid administrative leave. And it's an important factor that people know that we provide support for them while they're out on this leave.
Absolutely. And through a generous donation of the Legacy Foundation of Southeastern Arizona, we created the CARE team, which is the Community Assistance Response and Engagement team, and part of their involvement is to create a regional peer support team, and we're actively building that right now. But on Wednesday night, members of the CARE team, which include a licensed psychologist, came out to scene, and they talked to the deputy and the officers involved, and they rendered support to them. And we touch bases with those officers every day and make sure that they're getting the support they need. That's very critical.
Another thing you wanted to talk on while you were here was the heat that's coming. It's time to be safe.
Oh, dear Lord, it's like being hit in the face with a blow dryer every time you go outside, but it is Arizona in the summer, right? So it's to be expected. But we're one spark away from a catastrophic incident. And I don't know if people are watching the news, but unfortunately, there was a really bad fire in Ruidoso, New Mexico, which is not that far away from us. And it's been a while since we've had a really bad fire, but we really need our community members to be mindful of anything to do with fire and to report any suspected fires in the area, because with these winds and this dry weather, it's a very big concern.
And while you're out there, make sure you stay hydrated.
Absolutely. Our search and rescue team have had way too many call-outs in the last couple of weeks. The heat is not to be messed with, so please hydrate.
And all of a sudden we have a chance for rain, so we want to remind everybody that if the gullies and ditches and roads get flowing, turn around, don't drown.
Absolutely.
That's another good one, especially since we haven't had rain in a hot minute.
Very true.
All right, Commander Watkins, we thank you for coming and talking to us today.
Thank you for having me. Stay safe.
All right, First Watch on KWCD Country. It's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
You've been listening to First Watch, brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. Keep up to date. Follow the Cochise County Sheriff's Office on Facebook. And tune in next Friday, 7 a.m. for First Watch right here on KWCD.